Today she's going to show us how to make stamps out of reused material.
Hi everybody. So if you get out your kit, you'll see you have a bunch of pieces of foam. This is craft foam that you can get at the craft store, or you can get it at Turnip Green. And this particular type has a backing on it. Peel this off. It has an adhesive, so that makes it really easy to make a stamp. You also have in your kit a plastic triangular shaped thing, which is going to be what you attach these to make the stamps with. I think if you look in your kit, you'll have a lot of different shapes. Some of you people will have like a dinosaur, I think like this, or you can just take anything you have in there you think is interesting, and then you'll peel off the white paper on the back and stick it onto your plastic. So once you get it pressed down hard, you'll be able to color on this. So one of the fun things I think we can do with pre-cut out shapes to make them more, unique is you can just think of them, well, maybe not as a dinosaur, but as a pattern. You can think, how can I put this together to make it something else, like a pinwheel or a border? You just color, take your markers and color all over the surface. So we've got dinosaurs biting the tails.
Love it.
So another fun thing to do with shapes is that you can just add speech bubbles or add details to them to make them say something like you'd want to say, like this could be a birthday card. This is some cats that I made. Just cut these out of the foam. I took the foam and I drew the shape on there, and then took the scissors and cut them out. Where I wanted their small detail to be, I took the pen and I pressed down really hard along the line where I wanted it to be white. And that pushes down the foam and it won't print and it'll look white. So I did that around the eyes. This is a card I made with that. So it's two different cats. You can see the white of their eyes there. I think I added whiskers with the marker because it's hard to do that small detail on your stamp. I also took another marker and just made a ball of yarn there. One thing I know you do have in your kit is just a bunch of shapes like circles and triangles, and it's sort of hard to think, well, what can I do with that? You could make a pattern, sort of like the dinosaurs. But I was thinking about, I wanted to make an Easter card. I thought, oh, what is a chick? A chick is just two round balls of fuzz. Colored on here. And again, you can just add the detail. I have been used to writing email letters, and maybe during the pandemic you want to make a written letter to send to somebody. I can make my own emojis. You might have some shapes like this that you can use. Like if you just have a circle that has nothing on it, you can color it to yellow on the background, and then I just took another color and drew the shape on there. And then if you want to use this again later and make a different shape, you would want to clean it. I usually use rubbing alcohol. Just clean off the ink. If you had one that had some color on it, you would just rub it off. I think some of you might have this shape. I decided to make some spring flowers. One of the fun things about using stamps is you can add more than one color. You can add details on the same plate. Like here you can see I made it sort of streaky to give it some detail. You can add extra color like in the corners. And then I could go around. To make this, is like instead of coloring the whole thing, I colored the bottom. Even though this shape doesn't look like that, I did the marker like this. Another technique that's sort of fun is if you want to make a shaded, so this is a leaf I cut out. I just press down with my fingernail along there to make a line. I might press down really hard at the beginning and then sort of gently here, so that when you pick it up, it has a little bit of a shading to it. That's a number of different techniques. Adding two colors, making shading, drawing a shape on here. I sort of combined all of those techniques to make this piece of stationery right here. This is like some fish. I used all the techniques here. I pressed down with my pen here to make the lines, and then when I went to stamp them, I used two different colors. Just like green and blue. This red line happens to be the line that was on there when I drew around it before I even cut it out. So with techniques like this, you can use one stamp, and you could, depending on your colors, you can make it look like two different fishes. Here's the same stamp here and here. Here's the same stamp here and here. There's a lot of fun things you can do just by simple techniques and using shapes that are already cut out.
Thank you, Laura. This has been so much fun.
You're welcome. Hope to see you at Turnip Green soon.